Now, on Good Morning Northwest, they are working on it. We look at the progress of city and county snow clearing and what you'll deal with this morning.
And it is snowing around the inland Northwest, and we're starting to see pockets of freezing rain. I'll show you what to expect as you get out and about for your Friday.
And with hours to go to a government shutdown, new developments overnight from Capitol Hill. You're watching Good Morning Northwest on 4 News Now. Thanks so much for starting your day with us. I'm Natalie Grant.
And I'm Robin Nance. It is Friday, January 19th. Matt Gray is in for Mark Peterson yet again today with your first alert forecast. Hey, still snowing out there?
Still snowing out there. It is light, and it's not going to bring a lot of accumulation, but certainly enough to keep those roads nice and slippery as we get our day started. Now, you notice what is happening here as we look south of Spokane. Slowly but surely, we are seeing a little bit of warm air up above the ground move into our area, and that means we're seeing a transition over to wintry mix and, more importantly, pockets of freezing rain. So that means you get a little crust of ice on top of that snow, and that will lead to some pretty slippery conditions out there on the road. So where we are seeing this transition, places like Ritzville right now, down into Connell and Othello, as well as around the Washtuckna area. Colfax, it is still snow, at least for now, but we are getting reports now of some pockets of freezing rain further north as you work your way towards Rosalia on Highway 195. And that is one of the places we're going to be watching for freezing rain and icy conditions as we head through the rest of the morning through about lunchtime or right about 1 or 2 in the afternoon. Moses Lake to Spokane on I-90, Spokane to Lewiston on 195, Pasco to Ritzville on 395, Potlatch to Lewiston on Highway 95, and Highway 12 between Lewiston and Walla Walla. If you are planning to head on any of those roads today, really take your time, slow it down, and watch out for those icy patches. We'll be back with your forecast for the weekend coming up.
Are you still waiting for your street to be plowed? 4 News Now spoke with the city of Spokane to find out when you'll start to see those plows in your neighborhoods.
So we have 12-hour shifts where we have the crews out back to back until every street on every route has been plowed. So it typically takes about 3 days. This snow is pretty light right now, so it's helping that go, as quickly as possible.
The city also told us there is a calculated plan for plowing. Major roads are cleared first before residential streets. The city adding that plows you see on major streets like Division use different equipment than smaller streets and even cul-de-sacs, which require specific plows. However, that wait should be over soon, and you can expect to see those plows over the next few hours if you haven't already. In Spokane County, snow removal has been a tough task.
Snow plows are working around the clock to clear the snow from more than 5,000 county lane miles. But because of the significant amount of snow, plows were forced to circle back to main arterials several times, which are prioritized over residential areas. That left many county roads neglected. And while that might be frustrating, those plows can only do so much when the snow blankets such a large area.
We can't clear 5,100 lane miles in less than a day. That's not possible. You have to go back and clear the major arterials because they're also emergency routes for first responders.
Now, the county does tell us that snowplows worked for hours, laying down salt and de-icer, taking advantage of yesterday's window of some decent weather before the next round of snow started again.
And at the Breaking Now desk, we've been following details about the government shutdown, and overnight, there's been several new developments. Congress passed a short-term funding extension, and this morning, a signature from President Joe Biden is the last step needed to enact this bill. The measure creates new funding deadlines of March 1st and 8th, preventing a partial government shutdown tonight by extending spending levels for certain government programs. The stopgap measure also gives lawmakers more time for full-year appropriations bills to be negotiated and passed. But for now, lawmakers are signaling that they could cooperate on certain issues, including border security. Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer and House Speaker Mike Johnson have some agreement on the budget. Leaders from both parties say they want to address the migrant crisis, and some Democrats argue that controlling the national debt could help protection programs like Social Security, Medicaid, and Medicare.
Social Security is on life support today.
For some, doing nothing is an option. To me, that is not an option.
The White House signaling that President Biden will sign the resolution. And the short-term measure comes amid negotiations on a $1 billion aid package requested by Biden that would provide wartime dollars to Ukraine and Israel. Reporting in studio, Sydney Charles, 4 News Now.
Former President Donald Trump will remain on the ballot in Washington. A Thurston County Superior Court judge denying the request to remove his name. Similar requests have been made in other states, many citing a section of the 14th Amendment that would prevent anyone from holding office if they engage in an insurrection. Officials in Colorado and Maine granted the request to remove Trump from the ballot, but those orders have been placed on hold as they play out in court.
Alaska Airlines says it's extending its cancellations of the Boeing 737 MAX 9 flights until Sunday. The airline says the ongoing grounding impacts between 110 and 150 flights per day. The FAA grounded these specific kinds of planes when a door plug blew off of one of the flights at 16,000 feet. Boeing and Alaska are now facing multiple lawsuits from passengers aboard that flight. At least 2 lawsuits have been filed in King County, including a class action lawsuit. The airlines did release a statement saying our maintenance and engineering technicians completed preliminary inspections of a group of our 737 MAX 9 aircraft as requested by the FAA. We're awaiting next steps based on the collection of new information, including the final inspection orders, so we can begin safely returning our planes back to service. Well, you may not have to adjust your clock for daylight saving time after this year. There's a new bill being introduced to permanently switch the entire state of Washington to standard time.
And part of the reason why is because local lawmakers say springing forward and falling back can cause some health risks. Introduced by Senator Mike Patton, the goal is to have a permanent switch to Pacific Standard Time in Washington.
There's more workplace injuries after the switch, and people get mixed up. They're late for work or late for church or whatever, a certain number of people. So all those things, I just think our life would be a little more harmonized if we had the consistent standard.
If passed, the state can put this into effect without the approval of Congress. Senator Patton says other states like Oregon, California, Nevada, and Idaho are also looking to pass similar laws to get rid of daylight saving time. If it passes, we would fall back to standard time on November 4th and stay there.
That would be a while. I mean, people in other states like Arizona, they don't have to switch back and forth. It'd be interesting to see what happens.
Indeed. We'll let you know. It is now 7 minutes after 6.
Let's check back in with Matt Gray, who's in for Mark this morning with our conditions today. It's going to get kind of warm here in the next couple days.
That's
loosely.
right. We're warming up relatively. And we're warming up relatively a lot compared to what we have seen in recent days. First half of the day, slick and slippery, but I do think we see some improvements this afternoon. In the meantime, though, that snow still coming down in Spokane. We'll show you how it plays out coming up.
This winter, there's a new resource to get homeless people from the streets to a shelter. We'll tell you all about it coming up on Good Morning Northwest.
Some senior citizens who can't leave their homes are struggling with the winter weather. Coming up, their lifeline and how you can help them.
And a jury convicted him of killing his wife and unborn child more than 20 years ago. Up next, why the Innocence Project is taking up the case of Scott Peterson.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Save your greed!
From refinishing cabinets, doors, and trim to painting walls and ceilings, Everhart Painting has you covered. Everhart Painting has been Spokane's premier painting contractor for over 50 years. Call now for our winter special. Everhart Painting, your painter for life.
Get your hands up, let's go! Six is the winner of 23 awards on Broadway and a euphoric celebration. Now, Six is coming to First Interstate Center for the Arts for 1 week only. Get tickets at BroadwaySpokane.com.
Doing the bare minimum at work probably won't earn you a bonus this year. But at Northern Quest, that unremarkable work ethic can't stop you from having your best year ever with an extra $2,024 a month. It's our best year ever giveaway. Play daily with your Camas Rewards card to enter. Then be here for the grand prize drawing on January 25th. And don't go above or beyond. Details at northernquest.com.
Our motto here at Holiday Heating is fixed right or it's free. That means that we'll get the job done right the first time, and if we don't,
we will own up to that and we will take care of it for you for free.
Fixed right or it's free means that we are accountable for the 100% satisfaction of our customers.
We'll come back and get the job done and with no additional charge to the customer.
We are humans and we do make mistakes, but we are here to make it right and make sure our customers know that.
I bring the vitality of sun.
And I, the sea. I took the kids swimming, hit up the farmer's market, and crushed my sales call. Typical Tuesday.
Awaken your inner goddess with Vitafusion's expertly crafted assortment of delicious and nutritious gummies.
Oh, and I brought cupcakes.
If you're looking for the best selection of sporty, fun used vehicles in Spokane,
then you need to come on out to Cal, because we shop the entire West Coast every week to give you the best vehicles at the best prices.
Stop by either of our 2 locations.
At 6:11, here's what's new on Good Morning Northwest. President Biden is trying to get lawmakers to approve $60 billion in aid for Ukraine.
Now, one source says the worry is that the air defense systems and artillery ammunition could get depleted. Another source says lawmakers are signaling this is likely the last Ukraine package before the election. House Speaker Mike Johnson argues the U.S. can't support Ukraine indefinitely without a clear strategy. And if Biden doesn't win re-election, the next president could have a different approach to the war.
Pakistan is claiming responsibility for strikes within Iran territory. It says the targets are militant hideouts within Iranian territory. Iran struck targets inside Pakistan earlier this week. Pakistan says it wants to de-escalate tensions with Iran, calling the country a brotherly, friendly neighbor. It's also emphasized that those targeted in the strikes were not Iranian citizens.
And we're taking a look at everything you need to know in 10 seconds in your weather. Some snow this morning, a little bit of a wintry mix, and some slick roads around lunchtime, but we're warming up and going to not be quite as wet this weekend.
Meals on Wheels has not only been making sure senior citizens in the area are fed, its volunteers have also been making sure those seniors are safe during these cold temperatures. Volunteers have not missed a day of delivering hot meals to seniors despite sub-zero temperatures and snow. They provide not only food, but things like beanies and gloves. One volunteer said a lot of the seniors have been scared by the winter weather. He's offered to stay and help with a chore or two, or just talk with them to make sure they feel safe again.
Yeah, I talk to them, and it'll pass. You know, they've survived winter before. We'll survive it again. I tell them just like that, and they agree. Yeah, you know. So I always make sure that they're warm, and things are doing good. And if we notice something out of whack, we will let the proper authorities know.
And none of this goes unnoticed. One woman told us she could not live without Meals on Wheels volunteers. If you'd like to help them, find this story on KXLY.com. They do great work.
That's for sure.
It's now 6:13.
Another organization is meeting struggling people wherever they are in the community and making sure they get the help they need. Allison Martinez is live with the Salvation Army. That's coming up next.
Where would you get engaged? On a mountaintop. Wherever you get engaged, we want to help you mark your moment. Tracy Jewelers, where Spokane gets engaged since 1950.
So you want somewhere to play? We got you. A nice relaxing stay? We got you. Wanna be entertained? We got you. Wanna play golf all day? We got you. Go to Lake Casino. Go to Lake Casino. Winning is just the beginning.
Ironstone Furniture and Fire is making room for new inventory. For a limited time, you can create your ideal space and save on in-stock selections. Sofas, chairs, tables, and more. Comfortable and beautiful furniture makes a house feel like home. Visit our showroom, Ironstone Furniture and Fire in Coeur d'Alene.
Sorry about that car accident. Got that insurance claim check for you.
I gotta call Swap. I gotta call Swap.
Here you go.
That's it? I'm calling him.
You forgot your check.
Craig Swap & Associates is on your side. We'll make sure you get the help you deserve, and we only get paid after you win.
One call, that's all.
509-999-9999.
Right on time.
See our huge selection of Camrys built for everyday drivers at Parker Toyota in beautiful Coeur d'Alene.
Dude, you coming? Because the only thing dripping should be your style. Plop, plop, fizz, fizz. With Alka-Seltzer Plus Cold and Flu Relief. Also try for Fizzy Fast Cough Relief.
Stay safe while traveling this winter. Before you head out, trust the First Alert weather team to pinpoint the safest times to go and exactly what to expect. 4 News Now First Alert weather on air, on the app, and streaming on KXLY+.
So you want somewhere to play? We got you. And want some tasty food? We got you. Heard you want to do some shopping? We got you. The live music is always popping at the Coeur d'Alene Casino. Coeur d'Alene Casino. Winning is just the beginning.
Where would you get engaged? On a mountaintop. Wherever you get engaged, we want to help you mark your moment. Tracy Jewelers, where Spokane gets engaged since 1950.
4 News Now is brought to you by Foothills Mazda. Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
It's not just about 617, though the snow has mostly stopped. We have more winter weather in store.
These conditions are an inconvenience for everyone. Those who are experiencing homelessness are especially vulnerable in this winter. One organization is hoping to help in a big way. Our Allison Martinez is live at the Salvation Army of Spokane this morning to let us know about this new project. Good morning, Allison.
Good morning to you both. We're here at the Salvation Army of Spokane. We're outside of this van. This is the first time that this van is operating this winter season. Now I'm joined with Captain David Kane this morning. Thank you so much for joining us. Tell us a little bit about this van and the service that it does to those who are struggling with homelessness in our community.
Yeah, this is our street level vehicle, and our street level ministry is exactly that. We're meeting folks at the street level. This is an opportunity to build relationship and start to work towards creative solutions to addressing some of the issues that folks are facing when they're experiencing homelessness. So this van now during this cold snap has changed its operation from building relationship and eliminating barriers to just becoming a relief vehicle for individuals that are on the streets and they don't have a ride or transportation to shelter. And so our team has used those relationships that we've been building all for the last months that we've been operating these vehicles, and now we're saying, hey, just come with us and we want to get you to somewhere safe.
Absolutely, and it's so incredibly important year-round, but this time in particular with these dangerous weather conditions that we've been dealing with. We've said it, no one wants to be out here in this weather for a prolonged period of time, especially those who are most vulnerable to our community. So thank you so much for joining us this morning. We'll have information on how you can help out the Salvation Army with this project on our website, KXLY.com. Reporting in Spokane, this is Allison Martinez, 4 News Now. Back to you in studio.
See a little bit of snow falling behind her. There's the lightest amount there.
Yeah, and it's falling right there. And that shot as well overlooking downtown Spokane. How long is this going to last?
So this is going to be through the rest of the morning, and by the afternoon, I think we're going to see quite a bit of improvements, which is a good thing, especially with how we are going to end up transitioning to a little bit of wintry mix and a chance for some freezing rain as we get into the back end of the morning. To put our 4 things to know into one thing, we're warming up, and that means some big changes as far as what is actually falling. Keeping an eye around on highway cams around the region. It definitely does not look super pleasant here in downtown Moscow on on the roads. Same goes for Geiger Boulevard and I-90, both areas that I'm going to be watching for the transition over to rain or even the potential for some freezing rain later this morning. You can see what's going on here with the warmer air pushing into places like Ritzville, Othello, even Moses Lake. We're starting to kind of see that transition take place. Meanwhile, looks like we're going to have a little break in the snow in Spokane here not too long from now. You can see that kind of back edge here as the snow continues to track to the north and the west. Now, the areas that we are going to be watching for a little bit of light ice out on the roads because of that freezing rain threat is going to be mainly from Ritzville towards the south end of Spokane, from St. Mary's down into the Pullman area, Pomeroy, and even Lewiston. And it doesn't take that much, folks. It just takes just a little bit of freezing rain to create that little glaze of ice that could really make, especially those untreated side roads and side streets, very, very slippery. So something to keep in mind if you are out and about later this morning. We also will continue to see light snow accumulations, but as you can see, we're not going to get a whole lot. Maybe you get another 1/4 of an inch if you are lucky, as this is very, very light snow at this point. As we head towards 10 in the morning, that's where we're going to start to see this kind of rain or snow to rain transition around Spokane. After about 1 o'clock, we'll start to see things wrap up in the metro. Over the next 7 days, well, we got rain in the forecast. It's not going to be a lot for any given day, but definitely going to be enough to make it feel damp and sloppy out there. But it's going to be a lot warmer than it has been recently.
Get the warmth, but we also get the rain and dreariness.
And the mud.
Yeah.
Don't forget the mud.
Yeah, it's spoken by people who have dogs.
Yes,
all tracking it in, yeah.
Your Good Morning Northwest time right now is 6:21.
The Zags searching for win 700 for Coach Few. Julian Minnesome shows us how the team fared against Pepperdine. Coming up next in Morning Sports.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Celebrate 6 years with us at Spokane Tribe Casino. Win your share of $60,000 cash during our Winiversary giveaway every Saturday in January. Celebrate with us all month long as we celebrate these winning years. Only at Spokane Tribe Casino. You just win here.
Spokane Exercise Equipment is the Inland Northwest premier provider of top-of-the-line exercise and rehabilitation equipment. Once the Spokane Exercise Equipment technicians have finished setting up your new home gym, that's when the workout competition begins. Spokane Exercise Equipment has all you need to achieve your fitness goals. They offer delivery, installation, service, and maintenance for all residential and commercial customers. Visit them in downtown Spokane or go online to see their full line of products.
When Fred's advertises it, we've got it. Fred's warehouses are loaded with inventory. When your fridge stops working, you need a new one, and you need it now. Fred's has them in stock. The box stores never have this much inventory on hand. You can wait weeks for delivery. At Fred's, get your new appliance the next day. Fred's always has the guaranteed lowest price and shows you competitors' prices on our price tags. Fred's Appliance. We sell appliances, only appliances.
At Cal Cars, you never know what you'll find, like all-wheel drives, tricked-out high-performance trucks, sporty low-mileage SUVs, and reliable, fun rides.
We always have cool rides at SoFast.
Chevy, Ford, Dodge, Toyota, Mercedes, BMW.
If you need a certain style of vehicle, we will find it for you. Plus, every rig comes with a 1-month, 1,000-mile warranty.
And $50 down is all you need.
The inventory changes quickly because we price them right.
Expect even more from KXLY Plus. Live updates from the 4 News Now team. Breaking news as it happens. Weather every 10 minutes. Free on your time. Download the app, connect to your streaming TV, and connect on KXLY Plus.
Only the Sleep Number Smart Bed lets you each choose your individual firmness and comfort, your Sleep Number setting, and actively cools or warms up to 13 degrees on either side. Save 40% on the Sleep Number Special Edition Smart Bed, plus 0% interest for 36 months when you add an adjustable base. Ends Monday. Only at Sleep Number.
Celebrate 6 years with us at Spokane Tribe Casino. Win your share of $60,000 cash during our Winiversary giveaway every Saturday in January. Celebrate with us all month long as we celebrate these winning years. Only at Spokane Tribe Casino. You just win here.
Welcome into Morning Sports. I'm Julian Minnesome. They say you have to do something over and over again for it to become a habit. Well, Gonzaga's Mark Few has made winning look routine. Few earned his first career win on November 21st, 1999 against Montana. And little did the Gonzaga fans know back then he would earn 699 more. all of them as the main man in Spokane. Number 700 for few came on Thursday night against Pepperdine. Gonzaga won 86-61 behind 24 points from the big fella Graham Ike and 19 points from Nolan Hickman. Now, Few is the second fastest coach in college basketball history to 700 wins. He only trails the legendary Adolph Rupp of Kentucky.
What a great run of just unbelievable players. I mean, just unbelievable players. It's just, you know, everybody fell in love with, and then just great staff. Just an awesome run of staff. That's what's made this thing so special.
The Zags will take on San Diego on Saturday as they are still fighting to get back into the AP Top 25. Washington State men's basketball took down Stanford 89-75 thanks to a career-high 35 points and 8 assists from that man, Miles Rice. WSU will take on Cal on Saturday as they try to boost their NCAA tournament resume. And the 17th-ranked Gonzaga women's basketball team took down LMU on the road by a score of 72-48. Yvonne Ejim led all scorers with 24 points, and that's half of what LMU scored as an entire team. The Zags will take on St. Mary's at home on Saturday. And that'll wrap us up for Morning Sports.
A big congrats to Coach Few.
Yes, so awesome.
It is now 6:26.
Well, we are in the grips of winter here. So is a huge part of the country where winter storms have turned deadly. We'll show you next.
And you take a multivitamin just ahead. Why researchers say you may want to add it to your daily routine. As we send you off to a commercial break, here's your first look at what's coming up on GMA at 7.
In this morning's GMA First Look, a bombshell development in one of the most infamous murder trials of the 21st century.
We, the jury, find the defendant, Scott Lee Peterson, guilty of the crime.
Scott Peterson, convicted of killing his pregnant wife, Lacey, and their unborn child in 2002. Peterson is currently serving a life sentence. The Los Angeles Innocence Project filing a motion Thursday stating evidence has been discovered that points to Mr. Peterson's innocence and points to the actual perpetrators of the crimes against Lacey and Connor Peterson. Peterson's trial attorney, Mark Garagos, remembers arguing the case.
There were unbelievable amount of leads and pieces of evidence that pointed everywhere but Scott.
And coming up at 7 a.m., legal expert Dan Abrams weighs in live with what this major new development means and what's next for Scott Peterson. With your GMA First Look, I'm Andrea Fujii, ABC News.
When you have moderate to severe eczema, it's okay to show off. With Dupixent, show off your clearer skin and less itch, because you have plenty of reasons to show off your skin. With Dupixent, the #1 prescribed biologic by dermatologists and allergists, you can stay ahead of your eczema. It helps block a key source of inflammation inside the body that can cause eczema to help heal your skin from within. Many adults saw 90% clearer skin. Some even achieved long-lasting clearer skin and fast itch relief after first dose. Serious allergic reactions can occur that can be severe. Tell your doctor about new or worsening eye problems, such as eye pain or vision changes, including blurred vision, joint aches and pain, or a parasitic infection. Don't change or stop asthma medicines without talking to your doctor. Show off to the world. Ask your eczema specialist about Dupixent.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Live with Kelly and Mark is entertainment's #1 talk show.
Weekdays at 9 and 3.
Temperatures outside are expected to drop near zero from now through the end of the month, and we want you to be prepared. Keep your thermostat set at 70 degrees. Let faucets in your home drip. Cover hose bibs. Keep garage doors closed. Have space heaters on hand. And remember, Bill's Heating and Air will be available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, should you have issues at all. Happy New Year from your Bill's Heating and Air family.
There's some things that work better together, like your workplace benefits and retirement savings. Voya helps you choose the right amounts without over or under investing across all your benefits and savings options, so you can feel confident in your financial choices.
They really know how to put 2 and 2 together. Voya, well planned, well invested, well protected.
PB.
PB and J?
PB before we go.
P before we go.
P before we go.
See you tomorrow?
Yeah.
From 4 News Now, this is Good Morning Northwest.
Welcome back. Stories about celebrities lead off this half hour of the 4 News Now Story Tracker.
Being late apparently isn't always better than never, according to some Madonna fans. The singer is being sued by 2 ticket holders accused of false advertising and negligent misrepresentation. According to the lawsuit, Madonna was 2 hours late for all 3 of her concerts last month in Brooklyn. The plaintiffs say most concert goers did not get out of the Barclays Center until after 1 in the morning. Some concert goers claim they then had to deal with limited public transportation and higher costs. This isn't the first time Madonna's tardiness has caused problems. In 2019, she was sued for not taking the stage until 10:30 p.m.
Well, how's this for an iconic photo? The star-studded dinner was in celebration of Jim Carrey's 62nd birthday. Comedian Jeff Ross posted this group photo on his Instagram on Wednesday. It features Carrey, the birthday boy, front and center, along with late-night host Jimmy Kimmel, Adam Sandler, and Princess Bride star Carrie Elwes. There's also in the photo David Spade, Howie Mandel, Bill Burr, Seth Green, and Craig Robinson. Carrey is known for a long list of Hollywood hits, including the Ace Ventura franchise, The Grinch, and Dumb and Dumber. It has to be a funny party. So fun. Lots of funny people in that room.
I wonder if there were any women invited. Just curious. Might have been an all-guy thing. But
who knows? Who knows? Well, thanks so much for joining us. I'm Natalie Grant.
I'm Robin Nance. It is Friday, January 19th. Let's check in with Matt Gray. He's in for Mark Peterson this morning with your first alert forecast.
All right. It is a chilly start, but not nearly as cold as it's been over the past week. Warmer air is moving into the inland northwest. Take a look at what's happening at Moses Lake of the Tri-Cities, already into the middle 20s. And because we're seeing this warm air come in fairly slowly, it's actually starting off above the ground and will work its way down. And that means that we have both the possibility for sleet and, unfortunately, the worst kind of precipitation, freezing rain, which can add a little crust of ice on top of all the snow that has fallen overnight. We're still seeing snow in Spokane and Coeur d'Alene, but as we look south down Highway 195 and down Interstate 90 towards the Sprague, Ritzville, and Moses Lake areas, we are beginning to see that switch over to either a combination of snow, sleet, and freezing rain, or for the most part, we are also seeing some areas with just freezing rain. And that means that things are going to be extremely slick out there. You have got to be careful, especially some of the highways in between some of the communities that we listed here on your screen. So really be careful out there this morning. I'll take you through the timeline of how the rest of your day plays out and when conditions could improve coming up.
And at the Breaking Now desk, as we deal with snow and freezing rain in our regions today, extreme weather is hitting more of the nation, including other parts of the Pacific Northwest. Overnight, Oregon declaring a new emergency because of the deadly ice storm there. This is a live look at poweroutage.us. You can see Oregon shaded in red at the corner there. That means more than 100,000 people are in the dark right now due to weather conditions. At least 45 deaths are now being blamed on the extreme weather gripping much of the country this week. That includes several people in Oregon. One Portland family is mourning the loss of their 3 loved ones. 21-year-old Tajalia Briggs, along with her boyfriend and their 9-month-old baby, were trapped when a fallen tree branch draped a live power line across their SUV. Briggs and her boyfriend were killed. Briggs' brother, who also tried to help, was killed as well.
The vehicle was electrified, and so when they touched the ground and touched the vehicle, the electrical current ran through them.
Now, the baby was later rescued. This morning, we're getting new video showing terrifying moments as another storm hits the east. This plane in Rochester, New York, arriving from Philadelphia, sliding off the taxiway after landing. Chief meteorologist for ABC News, Ginger Zee, saying a new storm is dumping more snow on the Northeast today.
Look at all these winter weather advisories from Montana to New Jersey, Philadelphia in a winter storm warning.
More brutal cold is on the way. Wind chills this weekend, once again dropping below zero from Chicago and Kansas City to Nashville. And some Tesla drivers saying it's so cold, they've had trouble charging their batteries. Now, the White House says it will investigate those reports. Reporting in studio, Sydney Charles, 4 News Now.
We now know the name of a man accused of shooting a woman in Ephrata. Investigators say the 21-year-old victim ran to a neighbor's house yesterday morning, told them she'd been shot. Law enforcement eventually found the suspect, 31-year-old Tomas Miguel Lopez. He was found at the home pictured on your screen, but refused to come out. Police saw him lying just inside the front doorway, saying he appeared to be under the influence. Police entered the home and arrested Lopez. He faces attempted murder charges.
The Washington Department of Commerce invested $312 million to address the urgent need for affordable housing in communities throughout the state. $274 million will go towards creating almost 3,500 multifamily rental housing units, including housing for people with disabilities and those experiencing homelessness. Another $38 million will help hundreds of low-income first-time home buyers. It's estimated that more than 1.1 million new housing units must be added across Washington over the next 20 years to meet the projected needs at all income levels. Well, a new study shows that taking a multivitamin every day could help improve memory for everyday events and prevent cognitive decline in older adults. Researchers followed more than 500 adults ages 60 and older who took a daily multivitamin over a 2-year period. Those who took the vitamins versus a placebo had a memory equivalent to someone nearly 5 years younger and a cognition equivalent to someone who is nearly 2 years younger. The results are raising skepticism, though, because previous studies were inconclusive about the benefits of the multivitamin.
The Peregrine lunar lander, the first U.S. spacecraft to attempt a moon landing in 5 decades, has burned up after a failed mission. The spacecraft appears to have caught fire, smashing into the Earth's thick atmosphere over the Pacific Ocean east of Australia. Officials from NASA and Astrobotic are expected to speak publicly on the mission during a news briefing at 10 this morning. Also today, Japan could be hours away from making its mark on the moon if it can complete the historic landing attempt of its spacecraft nicknamed the Moon Sniper. Good morning. Northwest time is now 6:36.
Let's check back in with Matt Gray, who's in for Mark this morning. He's looking at all this winter weather we've been seeing.
That feels like a James Bond novel, Moon Sniper.
Moon Sniper,
yes.
yeah.
All right, coming to a theater near you. Boy, travel this morning, it's going to be sketchy once again. We've got snow and the possibility for freezing rain. Could be deceptively icy out there on the roads. Boy, take it easy this morning. We are seeing improving weather, however, in your extended forecast. We'll show you that coming up.
A complete failure. That's how the Justice Department is categorizing the response to the Uvalde, Texas school shooting. Details of the poor response laid out in this latest report coming up.
And charcuterie boards are a fun addition to your hosting spread, but there's a new salmonella alert in our area that you'll want to know about.
Connect with 4 News Now on KXLY+.
Those responsible for making our local roads and highways safe for winter travel would like to remind you that snow removal is an important, critical, and precise task. Please give the right-of-way to removal equipment so we can all get where we need to go quickly and safely.
Where would you get engaged? At our most spectacular historic hotel? Wherever you get engaged, we want to help you mark your moment. Tracy Jewelers, where Spokane gets engaged since 1950.
Around here, Jack Frost nips more than just your nose. That's why people here drive Honda. Dependable all-wheel drive with traction control, with heated steering wheel and seats to keep Jack Frost off your seat, which will make it very happy. And since it's no fun to fill up in this weather, isn't it cool that Honda is known for legendary fuel efficiency? Great deals are here now, and so is Mr. Frost. So see your Inland Northwest Honda dealer today. Honda can handle it.
In 10 years, Lisa Schneider will have an amazing second act, thanks to career reskilling courses from AARP to help make sure her income lives as long as she does. The younger you are, the more you need AARP.
Beneful knows a full life doesn't just happen. It's a choice. To take a swing, to taste all life has to offer. Choose joy. Choose Beneful. And try Incredibites, just for small dogs.
Where would you get engaged? At our most spectacular historic hotel? Wherever you get engaged, we want to help you mark your moment. Tracy Jewelers, where Spokane gets engaged since 1950.
Winter weather means hazardous driving conditions. If you must travel, follow these guidelines to keep everyone safe. Slow down and keep a safe following distance. Use traction tires. Give snow and emergency vehicles the right of way. Carry an emergency kit. Brought to you by Lakes, Worley, Post Falls, and Eastside Highway Districts.
It is now 6:40. The police response to the 2022 mass shooting at Robb Elementary School in Uvalde, Texas was a failure. That is the blunt conclusion from the Justice Department in a new report on the massacre. 19 students and 2 teachers were killed in the rampage. The report cites critical failures in leadership by law enforcement officers who rushed to the scene. It found officers quickly ran toward the sound of gunfire but stopped when they neared the classrooms where the gunman was killing 4th graders and teachers. After years of calling for accountability, grieving Uvalde families are reacting to the report.
I hope that the failures end today and that local officials do what wasn't done that day, do right by the victims and survivors of Robb Elementary.
According to the report, law enforcement should have immediately confronted the gunman. Instead, it took 77 minutes for them to stop him. A criminal investigation into the police failures during the shooting is expected to continue this year.
All right, your takeaway for your weather in about 10 seconds. Morning snow will progress to a mix of wintry weather, including the chance for some freezing rain and some icy roads around lunchtime. Warmer, not as wet for the weekend.
We have a consumer alert to tell you about this morning. The CDC is expanding its warning of the risk of salmonella in charcuterie meat. There's now a total of 47 reported illnesses in 22 states, including Washington and Idaho, that are linked to the Besito brand charcuterie sampler. The product was also sold under different names. At Costco, for example, it went by Gran Beretta. So far, there have been 10 hospitalizations linked to salmonella exposure. People who eat foods contaminated with salmonella can suffer from a number of symptoms, including fever, vomiting, and diarrhea.
For the first time in a long time, Walmart managers are getting a raise. The major retailer issued a statement saying it is increasing their average pay more than 9%. That comes out to about $128,000, up from $117,000 average. Walmart said this represents the first adjustment to store managers' pay in more than a decade. The pay range previously starting at $65,000 will now start at $90,000. This pay hike goes into effect February 1st. It's now 6:42.
Heavy snow and freezing temperatures make it difficult for anyone to be outside, especially if you're unhoused. Let's check in with Allison Martinez.
This winter, there's a new resource to help homeless people get off the streets and into a shelter. We'll tell you all about it coming up on Good Morning Northwest.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
It's the Big Fitness Energy Sale at Planet Fitness. It's the final day to join for 24 cents down, $10 a month. Cancel anytime and get energized in the judgment-free zone. Never intimidating. Always free fitness training and equipment for every workout. Deal ends today.
Agriculture Innovation meets tradition February 6th through the 8th at the Spokane Convention Center. Come see the latest in farming technology, network with peers and industry experts, and participate in seminars. Whether you're a seasoned grower, an entrepreneur, or just passionate about agriculture, this is the event for you. Meet, learn, grow at the Spokane Ag Show. Get your tickets now. I'm Melissa Paul, Ag Show Director, and I'll see you there.
Everyone's surprise looks different. But we all feel the same joy. Kinder Joy. Open a world of surprise.
If you're looking for the best selection of sporty, fun used vehicles in Spokane,
then you need to come on out to Cal, because we shop the entire West Coast every week to give you the best vehicles at the best prices.
Stop by either of our 2 locations.
Kylie and I know there's a lot of great choices for new and pre-owned cars in North Idaho.
And we want Parker Subaru to be your first choice.
Because Parker Subaru has won the coveted Subaru Love Promise Customer Commitment Award every year since we began in 2012.
Not only do we have a great selection of Subarus, we have an award-winning service center.
Because we are committed to keeping you satisfied long after the purchase.
Visit us online at parkersubaru.com or stop by and visit us at Parker Subaru in beautiful Coeur d'Alene.
It's 2024. We want to talk about what's in and what's out in furniture trends.
The perfect mix of relaxation and technology. In.
Guaranteed lowest Lazy Boy prices? That's always in at Kerner Furniture.
A lack of selection or customization? Out.
Convenient delivery and in-home repairs? In.
Come to Kerner Furniture during our January clearance sale, where fair pricing, great selection, and excellent customer service are always in style.
Our January clearance sale
is going on now.
It's the Big Fitness Energy Sale at Planet Fitness. It's the final day to join for 24 cents down, $10 a month. Cancel anytime and get energized in the judgment-free zone. Never intimidating. Always free fitness training and equipment for every workout. Deal ends today.
The 4 News Now First Alert Weather app. Download or update it today.
Welcome back in. The time is now 6:45. The snow on the ground now and the wet weather we'll see this weekend are not ideal conditions for anyone.
And those who are experiencing homelessness are especially vulnerable in this kind of weather. One local organization is going mobile to help. 4 News Now's Allison Martinez is live this morning with the Salvation Army, showing us more.
Good morning to you both. We are here at the Salvation Army of Spokane showing you a new resource that started this summer and is now working for its first winter. This is a street level van. If you open up this door here, it fits 10 people inside and it can help to transport them to any homeless shelter in our area, helping them stay warm during these cold, dangerous temperatures. I'm joined here with Captain David Kane this morning. Thank you so much for coming out with us. Now, tell me a little bit about what the experience has been like operating this van for the first winter season ever.
Yeah, this is an important resource for us, and so all summer long and through the fall, we've been building relationships with individuals on the streets and really looking to eliminate barriers between them and solutions in their life. But right now, this is an essential vehicle for getting folks to safety. The great thing about this vehicle is that there's plenty of room, and so we can if someone needs to bring their dog or some of their precious, just the things that they own, everything they have is with them. And so some of the barriers that folks experience is they don't want to leave their stuff behind. So we're just making sure that we can accommodate whatever the need is so we can get folks to safety. This is essential.
Yeah, absolutely. And such a great resource doing so much good for our community. And if any people at home also want to do some good and help out, you can help by donating hand warmers, gloves, scarves, coats, snacks, anything like that. And you can find more information on how to do that on our website, KXLY.com. Thank you so much for joining us. We'll have all that information online. This is Allison Martinez reporting in Spokane. Back to you in the studio.
Allison, thank you so much. Here's a live look this morning. A light snow falling around the area, including over downtown Spokane.
That's right. And we are getting a little warmer. Oh no, did my Coeur d'Alene camera go out?
Shoot.
Oh,
Hit it.
no. All right. Well, it's snowing in Coeur d'Alene too. I know. Real shocker. Let's go ahead. Let's move on here to what we expect for snow for the rest of the day. We're making the transition today from snow to wintry mix and then to rain. So we're not expecting much more snow. In fact, you'll be lucky if you get another quarter inch as we go throughout the day. Look at this area in bright purple on your radar from generally the Colfax area all the way out to Moses Lake, now even spreading to the north of Interstate 90. This is the area, that wintry mix. We could see snow, sleet. We could see, unfortunately, the worst thing of all that we don't want to see, freezing rain. And that means especially across central Washington, road conditions could be deceptively icy as we head through the rest of the morning. And this is all going to be tracking towards Spokane and Coeur d'Alene later this morning. We are about to see a small break in the snow in Spokane, but overall, just expect light snow showers as we head through the morning commute. Here's some of the highways where we do have that threat of freezing rain and where you could see deceptively icy conditions. So you really need to take it slow this morning. I do expect some improvements in the weather in the afternoon. The reason why is because things are going to move fairly quickly with this wet weather. By 10 o'clock, we'll be looking for that transition from snow to wintry mix to happen around Spokane and Coeur d'Alene. We'll continue to see very light snow showers in the afternoon as you look further north into places like Bonners Ferry, Sandpoint, and Colville. Here's how this next week is going to shape up. Temperatures in the 30s. That's right, upper 30s, above freezing, and we continue to track rain all through most of next week.
All right, Matt, thank you much. Going to be a wild one.
Yeah.
Little this. It is now 10 minutes before the hour. Your morning sprint's coming up next.
We'll see you right back here after the break.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
More Americans choose ABC News, America's #1 news source.
Spokane Tribe Casino brings you country music artist Ray Lynn to Spokane Live, Saturday, January 27th. Tickets are available online now at SpokaneTribeCasino.com. Entertainment without limits.
They say it's not the destination, but the journey.
Arby's says, nuh-uh. Get 2 of these things for just $7 at Arby's Cheddathon sales event. Arby's, we have the meat.
BECU would like to congratulate Generation Alive, grant recipient of the People Helping People Award in Spokane.
A core purpose of Generation Alive is that we activate youth to lead with compassion. We're helping kids go from looking down to looking up. What we hear from kids is how empowering it is. The greatest gift we can give another person is understanding their story. When we do have an organization as reputable as BECU saying, hey, I see this, I see what you're doing, and I'm going to help fuel this, it's incredibly affirming.
4 News Now anchor team, not just in the newsroom, but in the community. We're doing the work, listening to you, asking questions, and getting the answers you need to help keep your family safe. It's what we mean when we say, expect more on 4 News Now.
May I please have the Cobb salad, no cheese, no bacon, extra tomatoes, cucumbers, peppers, and dressing on the side? Do you have Picheline olives?
Wow, that is an order.
Perfect. I like things the way I like them.
It makes sense. At the Advocates, we're just as picky about what we demand for our clients.
Our clients deserve what they deserve.
Exactly. We won't stand for anything less.
Now, for dessert,
Oh, no.
I'll have the white chocolate.
Injured? You deserve justice. You deserve an advocate.
Wanna Leave works all day, so I can keep working my magic. Just Wanna Leave. 12 hours of uninterrupted pain relief. Aleve, who do you take it for? And for fast topical pain relief, try Aleve X.
The best part of the brisket, bacon, beef, and cheddar is definitely one of those things. Arby's, we have the meat.
Spokane Tribe Casino brings you country music artist Ray Lynn to Spokane Live, Saturday, January 27th. Tickets are available online now at SpokaneTribeCasino.com. Entertainment without limits.
See breaking news in your area or have a story idea? Contact 4 News Now. This Good Morning Northwest Morning Sprint is brought to you by Bill's Heating and Air Conditioning.
It is 6:53, time to get you ready to take on your Friday in the morning sprint.
Lawmakers in D.C. avoided a government shutdown. City Charles is breaking down those details.
With cold temperatures across the region, our Allison Martinez is live with an organization stepping up to help those experiencing homelessness.
Well, let's get right over to Matt Gray with your forecast to prepare you for this weekend.
All right, and we got some snow right now in the inland northwest. Some very light accumulations we expect for the rest of the morning. We'll transition over to a little bit of wintry mix, some sleet and some freezing rain. Could be some icy roads around lunchtime, but some much improved conditions as we head into the afternoon. We'll be looking for some warmer temperatures starting this afternoon across the Palouse, and we'll see above freezing conditions everywhere this weekend.
Still waiting for crews to plow your streets. 4 News Now spoke with the city of Spokane to find out when you'll start to see those plows in your neighborhoods. Crews will be on 12-hour shifts until every street on every route's been plowed, which typically takes about 3 days. The city also told us there is a calculated plan for plowing. However, the wait should be over soon, and you can expect to see those plows over the next few hours or days if you haven't already.
Now, because of the significant amount of snow, plows in Spokane County were forced to circle back to those main arterial routes several times, which are prioritized over residential areas. And that has left many county roads neglected. And while that might be frustrating, these plows can only do so much with the amount of snow as it blankets a large area. The county tells us that snow plows worked for hours, laying down salt and de-icer, taking advantage of yesterday's window of decent weather before the next round of snow kicked back off.
This winter, there's a new resource designed to keep homeless people from the streets and into a shelter. The Salvation Army street level van does just that by picking up homeless people in the community wherever they are and taking them to any shelter within Spokane. You can help by donating hand warmers, gloves, mittens, and more. We have more information about this resource and how you can be involved on our website, kxly.com.
Of the name of a man accused of shooting a woman in Ephrata. Investigators say the 21-year-old victim ran to a neighbor's house yesterday morning and told them she'd been shot. Law enforcement eventually found the suspect, 31-year-old Tomas Miguel Lopez. He was found at the home pictured on your screen but refused to come out. Police saw him lying just inside the front doorway, saying it appeared he was under the influence. Police entered the home, arrested him. He faces attempted murder charges.
The Washington Department of Commerce invested $312 million to address the urgent need for affordable housing in communities throughout the state. $274 million will go towards creating an almost 3,500 multifamily rental housing units, including housing for people with disabilities and those experiencing homelessness. Another $38 million will help hundreds of low-income first-time buyers.
Congress has passed a short-term funding extension to avert a government shutdown. This morning, a signature from President Joe Biden is the last step needed to enact this bill. The measure creates new funding deadlines of March 1st and 8th, which extends spending levels for certain government programs. The stopgap measure also gives lawmakers more time for full-year appropriation bills to be negotiated and passed. For now, lawmakers are signaling that they could cooperate on certain issues, including border security.
Former President Donald Trump will remain on the ballot in Washington. A Thurston County Superior Court judge denying the request to remove his name. Similar requests have been made in other states, many citing a section of the 14th Amendment that would prevent anyone from holding office if they engage in an insurrection.
Alaska Airlines says it's extending its cancellations because of Boeing 737 MAX 9 flights until Sunday. The airline says the ongoing grounding impacts between 110 and 150 flights per day. The FAA grounded these specific kinds of planes when a door plug blew off one of its flights at 16,000 feet.
In a 4 News Now consumer alert, the CDC is expanding its warning about the risk of salmonella in charcuterie meat. There are now a total of 47 reported illnesses in 22 states, including Washington and Idaho, linked to the Vasetto brand charcuterie sampler. The product was also sold under different names. At Costco, it went by the name Grand Beretta. So far, there have been 10 hospitalizations linked to salmonella exposure.
You may not have to adjust your clock for daylight saving time after this year. There's a new bill being introduced to permanently switch the entire state of Washington to Pacific Standard Time. Part of that reason is why local lawmakers say springing forward and falling back can cause health risks. Now, if passed, the state can put this into effect without the approval of Congress. The senator who introduced the bill says, like other states, Oregon, California, Nevada, and Idaho are also looking into similar bills. We'll have a final check of your weekend weather right after this.
At 4 News Now, we believe you should expect more from local news. Our team is committed to a community conversation and bringing you information you need when and where you need it. Numerica believes in and supports that mission.
Roundup's like an accidental savings account.
But how much can you really save?
Yeah, I mean...
Whoa.
Fairway Floor Abbey Carpet in Post Falls has been North Idaho's premier flooring shop for over 30 years. From remodels to new construction, they've got your home or business covered from wall to wall. Their expert design team will work with you to find the perfect floor for your lifestyle and budget. They've got the lowest prices. From carpet and area rugs to hardwood, LVP and laminate, if you can dream it, they can floor it. Dream it, design it, live it at Fairway Floor Abbey Carpet in Post Falls.
Sorry about that car accident. Got that insurance claim check for you.
I got a call swap.
You forgot your check.
We'll make sure you get the help you deserve, and we only get paid after you win.
One call, that's all.
509-999-9999.
Well, seeing a short break here in the light snow that's been falling throughout the morning across downtown Spokane. We'll continue to see light snow showers, and we'll transition over to a wintry mix. Could see a little bit of sleet, could see a little bit of freezing rain. Either way, some icy road conditions will be possible as we head into the lunch hour. Improving conditions later this afternoon, and temperatures will get above freezing as we head through the weekend and early next week. And a transition from snow to rain will be complete by Saturday afternoon.
Hey, thanks so much for starting your Friday with us.
And we are not going anywhere. We will be here with live local updates throughout Good Morning America. It starts here in just a couple of seconds. Stick around.